Hey friends, welcome back to the Unrushed English Podcast. I'm Nora, and today we're going to talk about something that confuses almost every English learner. Have you ever listened to a native English speaker and thought, wait, that doesn't sound like the English I learned? Maybe you studied English for years. You know the grammar, you know the vocabulary, but when you hear real conversations, it sounds completely different. The words blend together, some sounds disappear, and you think, is this even English? Well, my friend, you're experiencing something very real. Native speakers don't speak the way textbooks teach. They use something called connected speech. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what that means and how you can start using it too. Because here's the truth. If you want to sound natural in English, if you want people to think, wow, your English is really good, you need to understand this one thing. Native speakers are lazy with their mouths. I know that sounds funny, but it's true. We don't pronounce every single sound clearly. We cut corners, we blend sounds together, we drop certain sounds completely. And this is not bad English. This is real English. This is how English actually works in the real world. So, if you're ready to unlock this secret, if you're ready to understand why English sounds so different when native speakers talk, let's dive in. All right, let me start with a story. When I first started teaching English, I had a student from Japan named Yuki. Yuki was brilliant. She had perfect grammar. She could write beautiful essays. Her vocabulary was impressive. But one day, she came to me frustrated. She said, Nora, I watched an American TV show and I couldn't understand anything. But when I read the subtitles, I knew all the words. Why can't I understand when they speak? This is a question I hear all the time. And the answer is simple but important. Yuki was listening for textbook English, but the people on TV were speaking real English. And real English sounds very different. Let me give you an example. In textbooks, you learn to say, what are you going to do? 5 words, clear and separate. What are you going to do? But native speakers don't say it like that. We say, what are you going to do? It sounds like 3 words, not 5. Or here's another one. Textbooks teach you, I want to go. But we say, I want to go. Want to becomes wanna. Or how about this? Did you eat? We don't say, did you eat? We say, did ya eat? Did ya becomes did you. Are you starting to see the pattern? English loves to blend sounds together. It's faster, it's easier, and it's how real conversation flows. Now, you might be thinking, but Nora, isn't that incorrect English? No, my friend, this is not bad English. This is natural English. Even educated native speakers talk like this. Even professors, doctors, and lawyers use connected speech every single day. Because when we speak, we're not trying to pass a grammar test. We're trying to communicate quickly and naturally. And our mouths naturally find the easiest way to make sounds. This is called the principle of least effort. Our brain and our mouth want to use as little energy as possible. So instead of pronouncing every sound perfectly, We blend, we reduce, and we simplify. And this happens in every language, not just English. But English does it a lot. So, what exactly is happening when native speakers talk? Let me break it down for you into 3 main patterns. First pattern, linking. Linking means connecting the end of one word to the beginning of the next word. It makes speech sound smooth and continuous, not choppy. For example, an-napple. We don't say an apple. We link the sounds and say an-napple. The N sound flows directly into the A sound. Another example, tur-noff. We don't pause between the words. We say tur-noff. The N sound connects to the O sound. One more, look-at. We say look-at. The K sound links smoothly to the A sound. This linking makes English sound fluid, like a river, not like separate drops of water. And when you start linking sounds, you'll immediately sound more natural. Second pattern, reduction. Reduction means making sounds shorter or weaker. Some words, especially small words, like to, for, and, of, can, lose their full sound in fast speech. For example, going to becomes gonna. Want to becomes wanna. Have to becomes have-to. Got to becomes gonna. These are not slang words. They're just reduced forms that native speakers use naturally. Let me give you a real sentence. Textbook version, I have to go to the store. Natural version, I have to go to the store. See how much shorter and faster it sounds? Or this one, textbook, what are you going to do? Natural, what are you gonna do? The words almost melt together. And this is why listening can be so hard, because you're listening for going to, but you hear gonna. Your brain doesn't recognize it. But now you know. Third pattern, deletion or elision. This is when sounds completely disappear. Yes, we actually delete sounds in fast speech. The most common deleted sound is the t sound in the middle or end of words. For example, 20, we often say 20. The t sound disappears. Internet becomes internet. Interview becomes interview. Or look at this, next door. We might say neck door. The T in next disappears. I don't know becomes I don't know. The T in don't is very quiet or gone. Now, I'm not saying you should delete sounds when you speak, but you need to recognize this when you listen, because native speakers do this all the time, especially in casual conversation. All right, so now you understand the 3 big patterns: linking, reduction, and deletion. But here's the question. Why does English do this so much? Well, English is a stress-timed language. This is a linguistic term, but let me explain it simply. In stress-timed languages like English, some words are strong and some words are weak. The strong words carry the meaning, the weak words are just grammar. For example, in the sentence, I'm going to the store, the strong words are going and store. Those words carry the meaning. The weak words are I'm, to, the. Those are just grammar words. So when we speak, we stress the strong words and reduce the weak words. I'm going to the store. The weak words become very fast and quiet. This creates a rhythm in English, a kind of musical beat. Da, 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 da. And this rhythm is one of the most important parts of sounding natural. If you pronounce every word with the same stress, you sound robotic. But if you stress the right words and reduce the weak ones, you sound fluent. Let me give you another example. I want to go to the movies tonight. The stressed words are want, go, and movies. The other words are reduced. I want to go to the movies tonight. Can you hear the rhythm? Da, 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 da. This rhythm is music to native ears. It sounds right. It sounds natural. And when you start using this rhythm, people will notice. They'll think, wow, your English is really good. Now, let me tell you something important. You don't have to speak like this perfectly. You don't have to reduce every word. You don't have to link every sound, especially if you're still building your confidence. But you do need to understand it. Because if you don't understand connected speech, you'll struggle with listening. You'll watch movies and feel lost. You'll have conversations and miss half of what people say. But once you train your ear to hear these patterns, everything changes. Suddenly, English doesn't sound so fast. The words don't blur together anymore. You understand more and you feel more confident. So, how do you train your ear? How do you start recognizing and using connected speech? Let me give you some practical steps. Step 1. Shadow native speakers. Shadowing means listening to someone speak and repeating exactly what they say at the same time. Find a video or podcast with clear English. Play a short section, maybe 10 to 15 seconds. Listen carefully, then play it again and speak along with it. Try to match the rhythm, the intonation, the speed, everything. Don't focus on perfect pronunciation. Focus on sounding like them. This trains your mouth and your ear at the same time. Step 2. Watch movies or TV shows with English subtitles, not your native language subtitles. When you watch with English subtitles, you can see what they're saying and hear how they're saying it. You'll notice, oh, they wrote going to, but they said gonna. This helps your brain connect the written word with the spoken word. Do this for just 15 minutes a day and you'll improve fast. Step 3. Learn common reductions and practice them. I'll give you a list of the most common ones right now. Want to, wanna. Going to, gonna. Have to, have to. Got to, gotta. Out of, oughta. Kind of, kinda. Sort of, sorta. Let me, lemme. Give me, gimme. Don't know, dunno. Write these down, Practice saying them, and when you hear them, you'll recognize them immediately. Step 4. Record yourself speaking. Take a sentence from a native speaker, listen to it carefully, record yourself saying the same sentence, then compare. Does yours sound the same? If not, what's different? Is it the rhythm, the linking, the stress? Adjust and try again. This kind of practice is powerful because you become your own teacher. You start noticing details you never noticed before. All right, now I want to address something. Some learners worry, if I speak like this, will people understand me? Will I sound too casual? Will I sound uneducated? These are good questions, and here's my answer. Connected speech is not about being casual or formal. It's about being natural. Even in formal situations, native speakers use linking and reduction. A professor giving a lecture will say gonna and wanna. A news anchor on TV will link sounds together. This is just how English works. But there's a difference between casual reductions and formal speech. In casual speech, we reduce more. We speak faster. We delete more sounds. In formal speech, we reduce less. We speak more clearly. We pronounce more sounds. But we still use connected speech. We still link words. We still have rhythm. So don't worry about sounding too casual. Worry about sounding natural, because natural English is the goal. Now, let me share something personal. When I was learning French, I had the same problem. I studied French in school, learned all the grammar, practiced pronunciation, but when I went to France, I couldn't understand anyone. They spoke so fast. Words melted together, and I felt lost. I remember sitting in a cafe in Paris trying to order a coffee. The waiter asked me something. I had no idea what he said. I just smiled and nodded. He brought me something completely different from what I wanted. It was embarrassing. But then I realized I was listening for textbook French. I needed to listen for real French. So I started watching French movies, listening to French podcasts, mimicking how they spoke. And slowly my ear adjusted. I started hearing the patterns. I started understanding. And my speaking improved too because I sounded more like them. The same thing will happen for you with English. Once you start listening for connected speech, once you start recognizing the patterns, everything will click. You'll understand more, speak more naturally, and feel more confident. All right, let me give you one final challenge. For the next week, I want you to do this. Choose one English video. It can be a YouTube video, a TV show, a movie scene, anything. Watch it 3 times. First time, just watch and listen. Don't worry about understanding everything. Second time, turn on English subtitles and watch again. Notice how the words are written versus how they're spoken. Third time, shadow the speaker. Speak along with them. Try to match their rhythm and intonation. Do this for just 5 to 10 minutes a day. I promise you, after 1 week, you'll hear English differently. You'll start catching those reductions, those linking sounds, those deleted sounds. And your speaking will start to change too. You'll sound more fluid, more natural, more confident. Because connected speech is not a secret skill that only native speakers have. It's a pattern that anyone can learn. It just takes awareness, practice, and time. So be patient with yourself. Listen actively and practice daily. You're not just learning English, you're learning how English really sounds. And that's a huge step forward. All right, my friends, that's it for today. I hope this episode gave you a new way to think about English. I hope you feel excited to start listening for these patterns, and I hope you feel empowered to start using them in your own speaking. Remember, English is not just grammar and vocabulary. It's rhythm, it's flow, it's music. And when you start speaking with that rhythm, with that flow, you'll sound like a completely different person. People will listen and think, wow, their English is so natural. And that, my friend, is the goal. Thanks for listening. Thanks for learning with me. I'm Nora, and this is the Unrushed English Podcast. Keep practicing, keep listening, and keep connecting. See you in the next episode. Bye.